Yo, Beth, that shit crazy.
We are live. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the All Even Podcast. My name is Barry Grant Jr. You can catch the show on Instagram. That's what I'm talking about. You can catch the show on Instagram, TikTok at All Even Podcast. You can catch the show as well as All Even Media on TikTok, X, All Even Podcast. You can listen to the show on Podbeam as well as Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I'm all over the place. We are on YouTube. We are streaming. Tell a friend to tell a friend because the page is growing. What is Silent Assassin saying over there? Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I'm all over the place. We are on YouTube. We are. What about now? What about now? All right. Like I said, we are live, so we don't know how this is gonna go. Lots to get into. Silent Assassins, hey, what's up, man? What about now?
What's up? Not that much.
You know, it's very empty in the All Even Studios today.
Yeah.
So we don't know. Paul's not here. Lots to get into. Jimmy the Super Intern's not here.
Yeah, not that much.
But it's fine. We're always here with a constant. So, you know, we'll get it done. Lots to get into, though. Intern's not here. It's a lot of stuff to get into. Super Bowl. We're always here. You don't know how that's gonna go. So it's boring. We'll get it done. Lots to get into, though. We have Justin Tucker news. We have you don't know how that's gonna go. What's the other guy's name? Aaron Glenn press conference. We have Schotty press conference. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I gotta talk about today. There's a lot of topics that we're gonna get into. The NFL has set a new record in regards to, well, not a record, but a low for their concussions, which is really good. The kickoff rule, we're going to discuss that. The Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler. De'Aaron Fox wants out of Sacramento, but really, does he want out of Sacramento? I have no idea. Terry Rozier, we don't know what's going on with him. The Pels, you know, Pelicans and Zion Williamson, what the hell is going on over there? Iggy's probably going to get his jersey retired, so salute to him. And Pete Alonso wants back with the Mets. That's good. So we're going to see how that goes. My irrelevant news of the week. And then the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week. Gotta make sure you put that up. There we go. So, my irrelevant news of the week, and then the greatest segment. Before we get into that, I'd like to send my Before we get into that. Oh yeah, we on. Is this off? Before we get into that, we trying to figure this out, man. We're trying to figure this out. Shouts out to my thoughts and prayers go out to the families that lost their lives in that DC crash. We're trying to figure this out, man. We're trying to figure this out. We don't know the details behind that. We don't know their lives in that DC crash. How it happened, why it happened. We just hope that our elected officials are going to be able to figure this out the right way. And you know, hopefully we can be able to get some resolution soon, and we just hope I don't know, but it's just not a good thing. So shouts to everybody, you know, thoughts and prayers out to the families, man. It's just something that should never happen in our country in a situation like that. You know, we should have staff, we should have people that know what's going on in regards to the situation. So the fact that there's rumors about people being understaffed, and we should have people that, you know, it's never a good thing in regards to the situation. The fact that Moving on. I saw a video, and it was about this guy who's a millionaire, right? And he's talking to his fiance, and he wants a prenup. It was about this guy because he built this empire before he met her, right? So she's over here crying her eyes out. Hey, I don't understand why, you want to do this. Like, because I had money before you. So my thing is this, right? Like, if you meet a guy and he already has his money, and he says, look, I'd like to protect my assets. Not saying I'm going to freeze you out. So my thing is this, because that's what a prenup is. You have to agree to certain terms and, whatever buyout is going to happen and all that stuff. So you're going to get a portion. You're just not going to get the whole thing. Would you be okay with that?
Yeah, I'm always like, if I was ever put in a situation where I was with someone who had excess amounts of money, that's your money. Like,
yeah.
Unless something's worked out where we're married and you get a job that's good and you want to obviously help out a little bit more towards the house, the family, whatever. Okay, cool, but I'm not expecting you to give me some of that if we're, you get a job, jump into it. You know what I mean? Like if I'll meet a guy who's got $5 million in the bank account right now, I'm not be like, oh, can I have half of that? It's like it doesn't work that way. So
that's my whole thing as well. It's like I don't understand why it's such a big deal to have a prenup when it ain't your damn money. Let's move on. Like I'm telling you, she was crying and it was mad, and the dude was like, yo, you can calm down. It's all right. It's not the end of the world. We still gonna get married. And guess what? They did some investigation, right? And the dude was like, yo. And they ended up having a kid. And guess what happened? They got divorced, and she got half because he didn't go through for what he should have went through. And get your prenup. And guess what happened? If you felt this, there was a reason for it. That's all I'm saying. Now, going to this Super Bowl thing, right? We got the Chiefs, we got the Eagles. Shouts to Al, the crazy Eagles fan. He was supposed to come here and talk his bullshit about the Eagles. And me, I'm not going to hate on the guy because he's a diehard Eagles fan. It's one of those people that if you're a diehard, I'm not going to hate on you. You can be able to speak your piece, have your fandom. He did lose his bet a few years ago and got a nice tattoo. We're not doing no bets this year because I'm not going to lie to you, Silent Assassin. I am not happy with this year's Super Bowl. I'm not. I'm just, it's not fun to me. Yeah, you can see a team three-peat. Okay, that hasn't been done. Great. Right? But then the other side of it, the damn Eagles are gonna win, and just because I'm not a Dallas fan anymore, doesn't mean that I despise the Eagles any less. It's always up for Philly, don't matter what sport it is. So for me, it's like I don't like the Chiefs, but I gotta root for the Chiefs because I hate the Eagles that much more. That's a terrible situation. So I'm not looking forward to the Super Bowl. I'm not. And I know a lot of people that are not looking forward to the Super Bowl. It's depressing.
Yeah. Like, it's not a good Super Bowl like we just saw it 2-3 years ago, whenever it was. But I just told you earlier, like, I'm only rooting for Saquon. That's it. Even the Eagles should Saquon.
Yeah.
Hopefully he gets a ring, but yeah, it's just I'm not really too thrilled to even watch it. So I know I'm going to a party, but I'm just gonna probably just be eating. That's it.
That's it. Just hanging out, eating somebody's food, go to somebody else's house, and just freeload. That sounds like a plan. But for me, it's just like. But the biggest thing about this that made me happy, and I read that, obviously the three-peat is a big thing in sports, right? Basketball, baseball, any sport that you can be able to win 3 consecutive championships, it's a big deal, right? Well, Pat Riley said, hold my beer if you think that you're going to be able to cash in on this three-peat thing. He has over 12 or 15 trademarks for the three-peat. So every time it's used, he gets a bag.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, yeah, all right, cool. Go ahead, Chiefs. Go ahead and have your three-peat. Go ahead and celebrate. But at least a Laker is going to be able to cash in and make some money over that because you didn't create it. Pat Riley did. I love that. But outside of that, it's just like I go back to the game against the Bills. I don't like to talk about the refs. I don't. Right? I don't like to make that a thing. But that fourth down play, man. They got it.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. These are the things that I don't like. It's like you have to leave these things up to now. It's like, yo, dude, like, why does it always happen when the Chiefs are playing? Like, come on now. These are the things that I don't like.
Suspicious.
Like
Makes
you
you
have
look
to leave
like,
yeah.
Why is it this? Because even I saw the play live, and
when the Chiefs are playing.
even live, it's like you could tell he crossed over, and then watching it like a bunch of times after that in slow motion, all the different angles, closer angles, he clearly broke the line. So I don't understand what was missed, and I know like those calls can't be overturned with ref review, correct? Like in game broke the line. So
No, I mean, yeah, they can. I think it has to be under 2 minutes though.
oh, okay. With
So
correct.
it's just it's depressing. I mean, yeah, they can. I think it has to be under 2 minutes though.
Oh, okay.
So the chat is saying that there's still an echo. It's just so let me see where the echo is coming. Yeah, they can. I think it has to be under 2 minutes though.
Oh, okay.
So the chat is saying that there's still an echo. It's just let's see what happens. So let me see where the echo. What about now? Echo?
Yes.
Still there? The chat is saying that there's still an echo. It's just let's see what happens.
Is
So
your
let me see.
computer audio on?
What about now? Echo? Let me see. Let's see if there's an echo. Let me know if there's still an echo. It says seems like there's an extra mic somewhere. So let's see. Where's your mic, Nicole?
What's up? What's up? What's up?
All right. Let's
It
see.
seems better.
What do we hear now?
I think it's good.
Now it says great.
Good.
Back on. Let's do it. All right. So going back to what I was saying about the Super Bowl. It's just one of those things where it's like we want to see the three-peat. We want to see history. But do we really want to see the Chiefs make history? That's the whole thing. Like I'm hating. I don't care. Like if anybody wants to say whatever, cool. I'm hating. I don't like the Chiefs.
No.
I don't like Mahomes. I don't like Travis Kelce. I don't like none of them on a competitive level. It has nothing to do personally, right? I don't like them.
Mm-hmm.
They make me appreciate the Patriots way more. I like the Patriots. I like Brady. I like Belichick. There was a whole bunch of people that I liked on Patriots, right? Even as a Jets fan. But I can't side with these. I can't.
No. It's also, I don't know if it was the whole Taylor Swift involvement that kind of
It made it worse.
It was just like I feel like everybody kind of like, why am I even watching a Chiefs game if I'm just gonna see Taylor Swift literally half of the game?
Yeah.
And
every time they get a first down, you see Taylor Swift. You don't even see Patrick Mahomes.
No.
You see Taylor. Well, why? And then you got people coming up and saying, "Oh, well, all these girls. Oh, I watch football now. You ain't never watched it in a day of your life.
Yeah.
Just because you a Swiftie."
Yeah, it is crazy. I did see apparently a conspiracy potentially going to happen at the Super Bowl that Kelsey is going to possibly announce a retirement.
Oh, I
and
would love that.
engagement
At the
on
same time?
field. Yes. So I don't know. Allegedly.
Well, if they lose, I don't think it's gonna happen.
No. If they lose, no. But could it be potentially planned out? I don't know. I
If
don't know.
Claw was here, he would definitely put on his aluminum hat, cause he's always one of those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Claw's in the chat. Do it all over. No, we are not doing it all over. No. we are working out the kinks, man. That's all it is. This is why we go live. Every week it gets better. Every week we improve. So, yeah, I can't call it, man. I don't know what to think. I don't know. Even if the Chiefs do win, like, is this the end of the dynasty? Will they continue? Are they going for 4? Is Kelsey going to think about coming back if they win? It's just like, how long can they really stretch this out? I think that if they do win, realistically, I think that it'll be over. Like, it'll start to kind of decline, because at the end of the day, if Kelsey's not there, as great as Mahomes is, I just don't know if they're gonna have that same oomph. It's kind of like when Brady doesn't have Gronk. He's still great, but Gronk makes the difference.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? That's why when Brady came back, he was like, "Need Gronk. I'm not playing with these bums. I need you to get out of retirement." So, you know, it's depressing, but it's the Super Bowl, and people are gonna be excited about it. So it is what it is. Moving on. Really, really interesting. If I can get to my actual topics here. Hold on. There's some stupid ass game on my phone. What the hell is this? It's the stupidest thing ever. What is this? Are these bots intercepting my damn app now on my phone? What is going on here? It's a conspiracy.
The phone's taking over tonight.
Yo. What, they want me to pay? I'm not paying nothing. I'm not paying a damn thing. All right, so we'll figure it out. What the hell is going on with Justin Tucker?
Some dirty business behind closed doors.
Justin, listen, we can start putting things together now, right? Justin Tucker has a bad year in Baltimore. And then this report comes out, allegedly. Now, we're not saying that this is true because we need all the facts to come out, right? But if it is true, man, we got another Deshaun Watson on our hands.
Yeah.
Man likes to go to massage parlors and wild out a little bit. Like, what is we've heard these stories. Like, what is the fascination with these massage parlors?
Yeah, it was like I don't know if it's just like the fantasy situation, because I remember growing, like sidetracking here.
Yeah.
Watching my mom's like mom shows, that was always like a scene.
Right.
So I don't know if it's just like some guy wants to live it out.
This shit been around for a while.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, creepy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Weird, yeah.
Not only are you a kicker and you're not even really a part of the team, but now you're going to jeopardize your career over what? Because you couldn't get no happy ending?
Yeah.
I didn't get what I paid for, so now I'm going to do it anyway? Like, no. We've seen what happened to Deshaun Watson. And everybody's like, oh, nah, I don't think he did it. Yeah.
Did it a lot.
Yeah, I think he did. You know, so it's just, we'll see what happens. He put out a statement and said that, you know, these allegations are false and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to take him at his word, but we have to see all the evidence come out. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. Like, it don't look good for him, but
I think of like some woman or multiple, whatever, be like, oh, Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
It's like, what a random dude, if this is like alleged, like, again, it's alleged, but if it wasn't true, you know, kind of suspicious.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what it is though. Like if it's one person that says it, right? It's like, all right. But then if there's multiple people and they said that there's multiple people here, that's when it's kind of like, yeah. So Justin Tucker, he was over here missing a lot of kicks. We know why. Probably was backed up. Yo, that's violation. Let me see if I turn this back on. What happens? I'm curious to see what's going on with this live because I'm just gonna figure it out on the fly. I don't care. Like, might as well, right?
Dummy, yeah.
You hear any doubles?
Dummy, yeah.
No.
Again?
Dummy, yeah.
I don't think so.
Nice. We fixed it. See, this is what happens, man. I like this live shit. I do. Moving on. Now I get to talk about my team now. Let's go ahead and just talk about my team that I have jumped ship to. And now I can appreciate them. So Jets news, Jets watch. Yeah, playing more than once. So Jets news, Aaron Glenn is now the head coach of the New York Jets. I was excited when he got the job. I was. Because I was like, ex-Jet, left, became a good coordinator, well-respected, wanted the job, wanted the challenge of New York. This was the only job that he wanted, according to him. And all of those things were good. But when I saw the press conference, it was like, oh, you really him. Like, he's no nonsense. He don't give a damn. Like, he was like, look, dude, don't ask me about no Aaron Rodgers. I already told you. We spoke there. Once I know, you gonna know. So don't try to get no type of information out of me if I ain't tell you. I like that. He's built for New York. So for him to have that type of bravado in New York, woo, I love it. As for somebody who's coming back home, to have that guy as a head coach, I like it. I do. I love it. And I don't care what anybody says. Oh, I don't even know why you a fair weather fan. I'm not. It has nothing to do with that. When you've been abused, for the last 11 years, all right, you wake up finally and say, I've had enough. It's time to fight back. That's what I'm saying. So, love Aaron Glenn. I love what's going on. I hope that they keep Aaron Rodgers, because if they don't keep Aaron Rodgers, he's going to be set up for failure. And I'm not into that. I'm not into another head coach being the, not the whipping boy. It's more of just the scapegoat, right? Like, don't be the scapegoat. Give him all of the resources that he needs to be able to be successful. So if he has Aaron Rodgers, if he has Devontae Adams, if he has these weapons, he can be able to say, all right, we can try to push for the playoffs in year one, and then we can build off of that. Then we can draft the quarterback and have Aaron Rodgers, mentor that guy and then have him come in. That's the way to do it. Instead of telling the man, okay, we hired you, go ahead and get the worst roster here and then still win. That's what they do to us. They give us garbage and expect us to be Bill Belichick with the Patriots. I don't like that. So if Woody knows what he's doing, get the hell out of the way. Go play video games with Brick. Sit this one out and let the GM and the head coach deal with it. That's it. I don't want to hear from Woody. If we don't have to hear from him, we don't want to hear from him. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, a good owner is an owner that you don't hear from. That's why Jerry sucks. Because you hear from Jerry Jones before you hear from the coach. Jerry, what did you think about the game? What did you think about we played well. Oh, we didn't play that great. Where's the coach? I want to hear from him. Where's the star player? I want to hear from them. I want to hear from this Yoda old-looking crypt keeper ass. Like, I don't want to see that.
Yeah, the owner should just pay the bills. Basically,
yeah. You ever see the Chiefs owner?
No.
Do you know what he looks like?
No.
Or her?
Nope.
You have no idea. The Hunt family, you will never see them. That's the way it's supposed to be. So I'm hoping that Woody just stays out of the way. That's all I'm saying. Moving on to the team that I was just talking about, the Dallas Cowboys. So we go from one extreme to the next. Brian Schottenheimer gets the job, his press conference, and he's, talking about that he's appreciative of the job, and I know he is because he's been a coordinator for a very long time. He's a coordinator back when Rex Ryan was a head coach in the New York Jets. He was supposed to be the guy. Rex Ryan came in and was this world beater. They could not deny Rex, and he stayed on as OC. So that was a lot for him because he was supposed to be the heir apparent at that situation and never got a real opportunity after that. So I was on Cowboys Camp Fan Show last night, and shouts to them, and we were talking about it. It's just like, maybe it is better for the Cowboys not to have the big splash head coach. Maybe go for the quiet hire, the guy that nobody cares about. Because at that point, you can just kind of focus on football again, rather than focus on the bright lights of Dion coming here and somebody else coming here and all front page. Now there's no pressure on Dallas. There's really no expectation for Brian Schottenheimer outside of just improve the team and the record that you had last year. That's pretty much it. Him and Dak have a relationship. So, I'm curious to see how it works, but I think that it might be the best thing for them. So maybe Jerry Jones does know what he's doing. But the person that I know has no fucking clue what they're doing is the idiot's son, Stephen Jones. Because he was like, this drought Super Bowl. He put it in quotations. What are you talking about? It is a drought. There is no quotations. This team has been horrible for 30 plus years. So for you to not even acknowledge it, like, seriously, that you're putting air quotes on the shit, you're fucking clueless. That's my problem with this damn team. And that's why I had to leave. That's why I had to go. I don't care. I don't care what nobody wants to tell me. I don't care. I'm back with the Jets, and I'm happy. Got that old thing back. You had to go back into the Rolodex. You break up with somebody, like, hey, let me go see what's up with you. Yo, you up? Get one of those texts. Right? That's what I did to the Jets. So they said yes. All right, that's all. That's all. So says we have a comment here. It says Cowboys will tank with a first-year coach, draft Manning next season. Yeah. But listen, Dak ain't going nowhere, Bert. Dak ain't going nowhere. They signed him for $60 million a year. He ain't going nowhere. And this is one of the main reasons why I had to go, because I was like, all right, Jerry, he not dead yet, right? Dak, he's there for like the next 4 years. I don't like the coach. I gotta go. There's no up from here. No, I'm out. I'm out. So, moving on. The NFL actually has done something good. They've actually done it. So we really haven't, if you think about the season, right? Silent Assassin, has concussions been a thing this year?
Not that I've seen. I know, like, obviously compared to last year.
Right, just on the face of it, right? Like, you watching the games, even watching your own team, but just seeing around the league, there has been maybe a drop-off.
Yeah. definitely. I know they have like obviously, if a ref sees something, they make the player obviously go right ahead
Yeah.
under the tent, get checked, and then they're pretty much back out on
Right.
the field. So yeah, I don't know. And just literally all I know is Tua's situation again.
I mean,
but-
it's
yeah,
always, you know,
but I can't think of anyone.
we're not going to
else
make fun of
really.
him. Yeah, we
Yeah.
do it too much. But if I were to tell you, you'd be right.
Mm-hmm.
There is a significant drop off. So the NFL set a new concussion low with 182 concussions for the year. They're down 17% from 2023.
Wow.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. So whatever they're doing is actually working. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. I think that's something that they need to continue to improve on, to expand on, to see if they can be able to have more advances in that department so they can be able to cut down the risk of concussions. Obviously, it's a collision sport, and you're not going to eliminate concussions altogether.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can continue to be on the lower side of things on the grand scheme of your entire season, that's a big win. And I think that out of everything, that might be the biggest win for me. Player safety, obviously we're talking about possibly adding another game. So that's going to be something that's actually important going into a possible an expansion of another game, that you minimize those concussions as much as possible. You know what I mean? So shouts to Goodell, shouts to the NFL, shouts to, their R&D department, that they're actually doing things to be able to try to, better the sport and better player safety. So I got to give it up to him. I got to give it up to Roger Goodell. Sometimes, I give him shit, but I can't give him shit right now. Another win for them is said the new kickoff rule has actually worked. So it was a little wonky when you saw it, right? I was like, what is this? This is stupid.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people are like, this is stupid. Well, it's actually increased returns.
Mm.
It's actually made returns actually spike. So returns are up 57%.
Yeah.
That's what you want. You want better field position. You want more excitement in the game. So they're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
These are things that I like to see when they make marginal adjustments. You don't necessarily always have to do the big thing all the time. It's the marginal things, the things in the margin that can be able to help improve the game without altering the play of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like the NBA, right? The NBA is a completely different game that it's been over the last 15 years or 16 years. They altered the entire game. Had they made marginal decisions, that would be a better way to go instead of doing this big, vast revamp.
Mm-hmm.
So I like what they're doing with this. Do you think that at any point, Silent Assassin, they might eliminate kicks?
And throughout the whole game, like
Yeah, like field goals.
I don't think they should, so I'm just gonna say no.
Would you wouldn't want to see that, right?
No. Because it's like, I know like it's obviously the kicker or whatever is like a small role, but it would just be like 2-point conversions or whatever, like to get that extra point or whatever it is. I don't know,
Might make the game a little bit more exciting though.
I don't know. I personally, when they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go for it," I'm like, just get the easy, easy point.
Well, sometimes the kick is not even easy anymore.
Yeah, that's true. But like also like on punt, like where they're gonna just throw it. Like,
Yeah.
Gonna punt, just like okay, let's just go.
That's it. Just roll it to him. Yo, go. Just roll it there. We don't need no damn kickers. Listen, in my fantasy leagues, we don't do kickers. Okay, we don't do them.
Yeah. We're
done with those. So it's one of those things where it's just like, man, I don't want to see them eliminate kickers, but I wouldn't be mad if they find a way to minimize them and see how the game would play.
At that point, but like, then what is football?
Well, change the name.
Yeah.
Change the name. Because first off, it shouldn't have been football in the first place.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
It should be something else.
Yeah.
Football or soccer. That's it.
Yeah.
I listen, I've never even understood the definition of why they call it football.
I just think of just for that one aspect.
That one aspect,
yeah, I
right?
don't know why.
The worst part of the game, they named the whole game after. Like, it's stupid.
Uh-huh.
You know, it's like basketball. Dribble. They call it dribble. Hey, you playing dribble today? No.
Was it called? Because in European football,
Yeah.
do they call it? They don't call it a soccer ball, right? They call it football.
Call it football.
Yeah. So I don't know where it happened.
Soccer is our dumbass name for it.
The soccer ball, then you have the football.
Yeah.
Then you have the basketball, the baseball.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Isn't it closer to rugby, basically?
It is.
So wouldn't they like play on those words more than stealing
Yeah.
football? Because that makes no sense.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Like they gotta call it like tackle ball or something like something like that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have the same ring. Hey, you want to watch tackle ball today? Like that. Sounds stupid.
Yeah.
So that's the problem, is that they could be able to rebrand and make it sound cool, they would probably do it. But nothing else sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Unless they can come up with something. I'm sure they probably will, but I can't. Because tackle ball sounds trash. Horrible. Moving on. The Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler. It's one of the most interesting situations I've seen come across the NBA in quite some time. We haven't seen this level of distrust and dissension and insubordination in a very long time. Like, we saw Vince Carter in Toronto go through something like that. We saw Allen Iverson go through that with the Sixers the first time around. We saw Kawhi Leonard have a messy divorce from the San Antonio Spurs. We've seen these instances, but Jimmy is a wild dude, and he's an antagonist. And he came back from the 7-game suspension. He missed the team flight. They suspended him again for 2 games. Then when he came back, they said, yo, bro, you're not going to start. He said, oh, I'm not starting? I'm not coming to the fucking game then. So it's like, this should have never gotten to that point, just because if he said to you that he didn't want to get traded, or that he wanted to get traded, he doesn't want to be there, and he doubled down on it, and then when you come back to him, he tripled down on it, keep him home. Keeping him a part of the team is only a distraction. So for an organization that's always kind of held themselves to a whole different standard, and they've done things the right way, the Heat way, they botched this whole shit. Because if I was Pat Riley, Jimmy Butler would have never started the season for my team. Throw that hat out. Get out of here. So, because we live, man. Look, we getting questions. Why are we a day early? Because I can. That's why. Because I can. I don't know when I'm gonna go live now. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. So, but yeah, shouts to you for being in here, man. Appreciate you. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like, yo, you should have kept him home. There's no reason for him to even play. If he didn't get his contract extension, you weren't gonna do it. He wasn't gonna be happy. You should have just kept him home. And now, you know, their asking price for what they want for him, people are like, nah, we ain't paying that shit for a 35-year-old Jimmy Butler making $50 million a year. And he wants more money in extension? Absolutely not. So my thing is, what do you expect to get from him? There's not a big market. Bradley Beal is not going anywhere. I don't think they're trading him. I saw some rumors about he's not, really pushing for a trade. So what are the options? Do the Golden State Warriors have enough to make a trade for him? I don't know. I don't know if the assets are going to be enough, or maybe Miami just says, you know what? Yeah, we'll take whatever the fuck you want to give us so we can get this, malcontent off our team. But does that make Golden State better? It's a clunky fit, but Steph can be able to make it work. But it's just a bad situation. I hope both parties end up being better because of this. But man, it just looks bad. It just looks bad. So, not too happy about how they handle things, but it is what it is. Like if I had a dummy to pick, it would definitely be the Miami Heat. It would. Moving on. De'Aaron Fox. I had reported a few weeks ago that I think that De'Aaron Fox would want to play with Wemby. I think that would be his prime destination if he were to get traded, right? Well, the report came out and said that, yes, that is his top destination. How did I know this, right? How do I know these things, Silent Assassin? I don't know. People don't give me credit for it, but I just say things, right? Because I just see the tea leaves. I read the tea leaves. I see what happens, and I put it together. That's what happens. Why you're, that's why you trust me to be the wizard. But so now they're fielding calls for this guy. There's a lot of teams that are calling. There's a lot of teams that are inquiring about his services because he's a very talented player. He's a good player. Well, the report just came out today. De'Aaron was like, yeah, I ain't never request no trade, fam. So I don't know where they got that shit from, but I didn't ask for a trade. But if they want to go ahead and field offers for me, that's their business. It is a business. I'm not loyal to anybody. Whoever wants me, I'll play for. But it's just weird how a team can be able to put this out there like, hey, he asked for the trade. And then we also we saw, some reports about Clutch but it's like he now says that he didn't ask, so who are we believing? So that's the thing. That's the thing that I just don't really understand about certain reports.
It doesn't make, because obviously if it's not true, he's going to say something and vice versa. So why, what's it even coming from anyways? So I don't know. It could be true and he just wants to potentially just act like not the bad guy, because isn't asking for a trade, obviously the fan base and stuff kind of
That
look
is
at
a good
you
point.
a certain way.
That's a good point.
So I don't know.
That's actually a good point, that he's trying not to be the villain. But I don't think that anybody can look at him as the villain because he's always been a consummate professional there. You know what I mean? We have we're going back a little bit with Peter Bishop says pure arrogance on Riley's part because he wanted to prove that he are different and won't accept the trade. Yeah, that's all it is. It's Pat Riley being the arrogant old ass man that he is. It's those guys, the Bill Belichick's, the Nick Saban's, they have this way about them that it's either their way or the highway, and they know better than you. Rather than trying to figure it out, how you can be able to bring everything together. What? You don't want to be here? Well, I'll show you. No, this is a players' league, and at some point you're going to kowtow to what they want. So absolutely, 100% right. Student of the game says seems like a panic move. Fox didn't request a trade. I mean, look, I think Sacramento is trying their best to maybe retool. And I think De'Aaron Fox is the best way, a best option to be able to do so. If you can trade him, get some assets for him, get some young players, now there's no pressure to succeed. There's no pressure on Doug Christie to have to make the playoffs. You can now build this thing, develop these young guys, get rid of DeRozan, get rid of all, possibly get rid of Sabonis too, and really just start from scratch. I think that's what Sacramento should do. Will they? I don't know. But if they trade De'Aaron Fox, I think that's just the first domino to fall. DeRozan will be gone after that by the deadline. You might see Sabonis ask for a trade in the summertime. So this might be the first start of their actual teardown. And I would not be opposed to that because it's fucking Sacramento. Who wants to go there and play? It's about them drafting players, developing these guys and extending them to see if they can be able to stay there long term. But no free agents are going to fucking Sacramento. It just doesn't happen. Moving on. There is a story that's out and I need some context. So I'm gonna pull this up because Terry Rozier under federal investigation in connection to illegal betting scheme. Why? Just explain to me, why are these players getting caught up in betting schemes? You got money. Like, y'all got NBA contracts making 15, 17, 12, 5, the M's. For a couple of thousand, 100,000, 20,000. Like, you risking it all for that?
It makes no sense at all. I don't know if it's just like kind of like a Shohei situation where you have the people, like family members or friends, kind of pretending to be.
Yeah.
Because it's like, in like any common sense situation, like why would you do that?
But the problem with that is that even if you have your family members, like, your family members have to understand that you are the athlete. You are the high profile person. You are the money machine. Anything that you do goes back to them. So if you using a name and all this shit, what do you think is gonna happen? Now there's a fucking paper trail going back to that person, Teddy Rozier, whoever the hell it is. That's dumb. So let me go ahead and go read further into this because, okay, we know that Jonte Porter's an idiot. Okay, let's see. What is the whole story? So, okay, Rozier went down with foot injuries and missed games. In March of 2023, the NBA was alerted to unusual betting activity related to Terry Rozier's performance in a game between Charlotte and New Orleans. The league conducted an investigation and did not find a violation of NBA rules. We are now aware of an investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York related to this matter and have been cooperating with that investigation. Bettors at the time discussed that there was inside info going around that Rozier would leave the game early. Wow. At least I was on it. See, this is why, like, this whole betting thing is getting dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because if they can find some evidence, it's never going to be the high profile guys. It's never going to be the LeBrons, the Currys, the Wembys. You'll never see them make any type of mistakes or do no wild shit like that. But these guys that are mid-tier players, they'll risk it because they're trying to set up the next lick. So they're like, okay, well, I got this contract now. My contract is up in a couple of years, or I'm a free agent. I don't know what my next contract is. I might be out of the league. So I gotta set up this next league. But my thing is that, why don't you just wait till you out of the fucking league?
So why do that? Or even like take that money and like go and invest it.
Yeah.
In something like useful.
They're too stupid to have a good time. That's what they're just too dumb to know that you are going to get caught. It's like the NFL. The NFL has the best investigators on planet Earth. Same thing with the NBA. You don't think they're going to be able to pay the top-notch guys to come investigate you? Now you got the district attorney out there trying to get you? They're going to find something.
Yeah.
You see what they did to Jonte Porter? He in jail now.
Yeah.
His bum ass. And he wasn't even a high-profile player. He was making like, what, $3 million a year? Now he in jail making nothing. It's just dumb. So I just, I don't know. I don't know when the change will happen, when athletes get smarter. You have your money. Make investments, even if those investments don't pan out and they fail. Cool. That's a part of the game. But for you to fucking operate like you still in the streets, you have elevated past that. You have generational money. No matter if it's LeBron money or not, you still are making millions of dollars. Do something constructive and smart with it, instead of going to some fan duel and blowing it all, and then Fed's gonna come and take everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know that $5 bet that you made on yourself? Now we're gonna take everything. Could you imagine? They take everything from you because you made a $5 bet on yourself? That's crazy.
It's just like, I don't, because in like the contract, right, it's like, okay, you're gonna get $5 million for this year, right? But you just can't place any bets. And it's like, you just, I don't know. I guess it's with the addiction, whatever.
It is. Yeah, it gotta be the addiction. Because it's like, dude, just stay away.
Yeah.
Just stay away.
Mm-hmm.
We got a comment here. Bishop says, I need to see what the other evidence they have, because what they cited in the article was a dude on Twitter saying that he knew and made a... Yeah. So that's also true, because I saw that in the report as well, that some guy tweeted it. And that's the problem, right? Is that we went from tangible evidence in our society to reading tweets. And once a tweet spreads like wildfire, could be a lie, everybody sees it and they keep reposting, or it just keeps getting more impressions. Now this shit's blown up like wildfire, and it's like, well, this guy, I saw it on Twitter. Doesn't mean it's fucking true. So that's why now they're doing a big investigation to see what's what and what isn't. So he may not have done anything, but you know, they gotta go ahead and investigate further. So hopefully Terry Rozier didn't get caught up, because I like Terry Rozier. I think he's a good player. I think he's done a very good job being a good hand in the NBA. He's not dumb like Jonte Porter, and I would hope not anyway. So that's my assessment. I hope that he didn't make a colossal mistake. Moving on. Andre Iguodala is getting his jersey retired with the Golden State Warriors. I'm sorry. It's one of those things where it's just like, people give this man credit for him being the first person to go to Golden State, right? He took the money, and then they got the dynasty, and then they gave him the MVP in the finals. I've never seen no shit like that in my life, that they give you a finals MVP because you guarded LeBron James. The man averaged a damn near triple-double and 40 points in the finals, and you get the MVP. Make it make sense. But listen, all jokes aside, he was a good player, good role player, never complained about his role, was a good mentor, good teammate, consummate teammate, and the fact that Golden State is actually going to celebrate him and retire his jersey, that's kind of dope. I always thought that when Iggy got into the league, he didn't have not a personality, but he didn't have purpose, because Allen Iverson was still there. And then when AI left, he became the new AI in Philly. And it was like there was a lot of expectation for him to live up to, and he just could never get there, because, not saying they didn't love him like that, but they didn't love him like they love the AI. That's the truth. And his type of game, well-rounded, but he was never a superstar. And once he got older and realized that he can be able to contribute in other ways outside of trying to be the guy, his career actually benefited a lot more when he realized that he was going to be a good farmhand, a good role player. So he realized that, listen, I can ride with Steph. I can ride with this team. I like, Mark Jackson coaching this team. Let me go ahead and go see what we can be able to do. So shouts to him for actually seeing it and seeing the trend before it actually happened, seeing that he can be able to make a home there, make an impact, and be a consistent just figure there in Golden State. You know, we've seen Baron Davis, we've seen Rick Barry, we've seen Steph, we've seen Clay, Draymond, but you can't mention those guys without mentioning Andre Iguodala as well. Because if it wasn't for him, we don't know if there probably would have been a Warriors dynasty, because he was a very, very big part of that as well. So shouts to him. I can't stand the Warriors, but I have to give him the credit. So yeah, that's it. Moving on. You know, I try to be nice. And when I see certain things, I have to question it. So my friend sent me a video and I saw the video and I was just like, is this AI? Because I ain't never seen no AI this good. It's pretty good, right? So I'm going to go ahead and play the video, just the audio, but I found it very interesting.
Let me make this clear to everybody out there. If I can play in the back-to-backs, I would. I physically, yes, I can. But I work for the Pelicans. They have decided that based off the numbers, you know, it's not smart to do that right now. So, you know, if that's what they feel, I'm rocking with them on that. But yes, if I could play in a back-to-back, I would.
That is Zion Williamson talking to the media about the Pelicans' decision to not play him in back-to-backs. He's only played 13 games this season. Over the last 3 games, he's averaged about 29 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, or something like that. Hasn't been playing bad since he got back. It's a very, very small sample size. The problem that I have is that I watched the video. If I would have just heard the sound clip, it'd have been fine, right? But I saw the video, and he doesn't look like he talks that way. And then he has these mannerisms that I'm watching him, and I'm like, yo, why are you so doofy? I'm telling you, I'm going to send you a video. He's just, look, man, what is wrong with you? Just talk regular. You're in front of the news media. Just say, hey, Pelicans made a decision. I'm not playing back-to-backs. That's their decision. I'm going to listen to them. But he just has this doofy look on his face all the time, to the point where I thought it was AI generated. I did. I said, nobody talks like this. No one talks like this. Zion, to me, has always been a strange character. I don't know why, but from the time that he was at Duke and he had this doofy ass walk, and then he comes into the league with the same doofy walk. Now he's worked on his body. Shouts to him. Lost some weight, but there's just this level of like goofiness to him that doesn't scream franchise leader or player. It just screams, you're just a guy. So I tell you, I called my friend. I was like, bro, this AI? He's like, nah. I think that's the way you talk. I'm like, that can't be. It's weird. He's weird. That's all I'm gonna say. For people that are fans of Zion, shouts to y'all. He's weird. And his whole tenure with this team has been weird. He was dubbed the franchise. He was dubbed the guy that's supposed to lead us into the new generation, supposed to be the generational talent. He's not. Very good. But if the Pels can't figure out a way to utilize him to the best of his abilities and be effective, then what are you going to do with him? What type of asset is he going to be on the trade front? People are going to be like, I don't want to pay for a guy that can't play at least 50 games. What am I getting? And on top of that, he's going to be doofy in a press conference. I don't want that. At least I want somebody to be able to speak proper. This guy's weird. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. I saw an interesting Joel Embiid stat, and I am in shock. Joel Embiid has played 800, or he's been a part of, or, had the option to play over 800 games, 846 games. Out of the 846 games, he's only played 446 of those games. So he's literally missed 47% of the games that he was eligible to play in. If you have a car, right, and you know that car is only going to be able to get you 30 miles, not for one trip, the whole day, would you continue to drive that car? Or would you find something else to drive?
Yeah, throw it out. So
47% of the games you've missed, and he's getting paid like he's one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid, in regards to annual value of a contract yearly.
That's his whole career, the 800.
His whole career.
Yeah. So is there like a time frame where he started to miss?
He started to miss games when he got drafted.
Okay.
Man missed a whole year and a half. It's nuts.
Yeah. It's crazy how you could be like a superstar in X amount of games and get the big bucks, and then just be sitting on the bench the other 50% almost. So it's crazy.
Almost 50% of the games. If I'm the 76ers, first off, Daryl Morey should be walked to his, not even to the plane, walk him to the dollar cab outside, throw the box of his stuff outside, and tell the cab driver, let him pick it up and then take him to wherever you gotta go. We're not even gonna pick this box up. He should be walked out of the Sixers organization. He is horrible. For you to invest big money into Joel Embiid, a guy that's missed 47% of his games, and you still putting big money into that, for you to put money into Waldo George while he's focused more on podcasting than playing. Man can't even play basketball now. You trade him from the Clippers, he's no good. Damaged goods. 47% of your games? As a fan base, how can you even be happy with that? Well, when he does play, he plays well. When is he playing?
It's like, say like you miss half the year at work, but at least like when you're at work, you're the best worker there.
And then I come to my boss and say, look, I need the same money, if not more.
Yeah.
I know I only been here for like 20 days out of the year, but listen, those 20 days, it was up. It's just dumb. The rationale in regards to how we kind of ease our mind with our sports star. Oh, but yeah, man, he does get hurt a lot, but he be killing in the regular season. But what does he do in the playoffs? As an organization, I need winners, right? I don't care if you can be able to get me to the playoffs. What do you do when you get there? And Paul George has never been a guy that you can trust in the playoffs. Neither has Joel Embiid. And now you got both of them together in a hodgepodge making all this money. 47% of your games you missed?
That's wild. I wonder, like who's like the next, like even close to that.
It's probably Zion. Probably Mr. Goof. He's up there. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I would trade him immediately. I don't know what I can get for Paul George, but I would just buy him out and say, just go home. Just do what you was doing anyway. Because you came here podcasting, you ain't play. Just go back to podcasting. We'll pay you to stay home. They better off.
Yeah.
It's nuts. It's nuts. Goofy ass Zion. I'm telling you, you gotta watch that video, Silent Assassin. It looked like AI. It did. I didn't even think it was real.
Yeah.
He's not a real person. He's a character.
Mm-hmm.
He's like an Oompa Loompa. That's what he is.
Uh-huh.
Zion Williamson. Give me a break. All right, moving on to my irrelevant news
You gotta
of the
be
week.
kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the? I mean, yeah, they stink.
Every week we go ahead and we find some interesting stories. Of course. Mental health therapist says it's a major red flag to unwind by enjoying true crime. So, psychologist Dr. Thelma Bryant has raised concerns about using true crime shows as a way to unwind, suggesting that it may be a red flag for unresolved emotional issues. She explains that feeling relaxed while watching depictions of trauma could indicate a more profound familiarity with such experiences, potentially highlighting a need for self-reflection or counseling. If your idea of relaxing before bed is watching 3 episodes of true crime, I would encourage you to ask yourself, why is trauma relaxing to me? All right, let's deep dive into this. Is she right? Now, I see her side of it because obviously she's professional.
Mm-hmm.
You have to take that into consideration. Do people like to watch true crime because of some untreated trauma, or it allows them to kind of face some demons that they probably have and makes them feel better about it? Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not why I watch it. I don't care. I don't care about none of that stuff. I watch true crime because it's fascinating.
Yeah.
When you have people that do wild shit and think that they're gonna get away with these things.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a crazy person to have to want to enjoy watching that.
No,
It's
like,
a show.
I'm invested in like the story and what happened.
Yeah.
I know all, like all the facts to the crime. Like I'm not there to relax.
Yeah.
It's a thriller. Like I'm like,
Exactly.
on the edge of my seat. Like what happened next? Like why did the guy do this or girl?
Right. It's just like people who like scary movies.
Yeah.
You watch it because of the suspense
Mm-hmm.
of what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna be like, yeah, I want to get possessed as well.
Yeah.
Man, I'm envious. Nobody cares about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not a psychopath because I like to watch true crime.
Yeah. Because I feel like if there are people out there that like feel relaxed watching and hearing all like the horrible stories, there's definitely something probably mental.
You might be a
there.
sociopath.
Yeah, but I don't know many people who think that way, or even anyone really.
Yeah.
I don't think so. So, yeah.
I like to watch Ratchet TV. What I mean? That don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's entertainment. TV is entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we watch Squid Game? People are dying in there. in kids' games. Come on now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a situation like, damn, so that's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's an interesting concept, so that's why we are invested into the show. It got nothing to do with no psychological bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that everybody is like me. Some people are actually, they are a little troubled
Mm-hmm.
and are very influenced by what they see on video games, on TV, on social media. they're easily manipulated mentally. Okay, that's not the vast majority of people. That's all I'm saying. So for the percentage of people that affects, I'm on the other side.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I said, we had a conversation about Squid Game the other day. I got to get into the room. All right? I'm throwing that old lady away. I am.
Yeah.
Get her out of the way. So, but, you know, people have said I am a bit of a sociopath. So
I think you go into like some topics a little too deep, but I think it's just knowing you outside of that.
Yes.
I think you're okay. You're
yeah, I'm pretty normal.
yeah.
I'm pretty normal. You know, I'm just fascinated by certain shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. You know, so look, we got comments ahead. He said, "Yeah, if it makes you relax, you crazy. I like to unwind." Rich says, "I like to unwind on the hub." You see, that's what I'm saying. Some people like to turn on Pornhub and do their thing. That doesn't mean that you're crazy. That doesn't mean that you're Deshaun Watson. You like what you like. And in this generation, in this society, in this era that we in, you like what you like. Okay? There's more crime docs that we see now because they're popular. What are the most popular podcasts out there?
It's like murder mystery.
True crime murder mystery pods. Why? Because people are fascinated with stories. These are true things. These are real things that happen. So if I'm somebody who's invested in, listen, hold on. You got people that chase fucking tornadoes, right? Oh, storm's coming. Let's go hop in the truck, Betsy, and go chase this storm down. What? I'd rather sit in my house and go watch a true crime.
Yeah.
Less dangerous.
Yeah.
You don't hear nobody, no psychologists talking about them people.
Yeah, that's just like
They're just dumb.
Let's go into the tornado.
Right. Let's go in the eye of the hurricane, the eye of the storm.
Yeah.
And have a news segment on it.
Yeah, let's vlog right in it.
But I'm the crazy one because I want to watch true crime.
That's true. Yeah.
Because I like to watch To Catch a Predator. That's just funny to me. Yo, they had an episode of The Catch a Predator. The guy was called Crazy Trini 98 or something. Yo, the dude came in butt naked in the house. And Chris Hansen didn't even wait. He's like, what are you doing in here ass naked? You just come in here butt naked? You don't even wait? You don't even see who you meet and you just come in here butt naked.
We like walk out of the car, like up to
Yo,
the house.
nasty work.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's diabolical. For you to walk on grass with no socks, no shoes, you come buck naked out the car. So that means that you were sitting in your car with your cheeks on your seat, naked.
Yeah.
That's nuts. What are we doing? So, that's all I'm saying. So, comments going crazy. Y'all need to stop throwing shots. All right? Stop. I am normal. I am normal. I am a very normal person. I am. What else we have here?
Balenciaga. Boy, you don't feel for surprise we, you know. You right now, me never surprised no more, you know. Like, you see before when this used to happen a couple years ago, me used to be like, no, I want this, no, so kind of, no, me not surprised no more. Because obviously, there's a lot of idiots in the world where I buy them things for them continue to do it. There has to be, because for them, sit down and say $450 for this, to pay, you are going to pay for walk barefoot. You are going to pay for walk barefoot because all you're getting is shoe bottom. A shoes bottom.
So, Balenciaga has a new shoe out. Silence House, I'm sure you've seen this.
Because there's always a new shoe.
$450. Yo, it's like the bottom of the, I don't even know what it's called, but it looks like the sole of the shoe, and there's a little place for your big toe. That's it.
I did see it. Yes, I did see it.
That's it. $450.
Yeah.
Yo, I am a firm believer. I'm a firm believer at this point that all of these top designers, they say, yo, what is the dumbest thing that we can actually create? because they're gonna buy it anyway.
It's like it's not even a shoe because like your bottom of your foot's like touching the ground.
Yes.
It's like it's gross.
It's not. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's the concept of how you start to make something.
It's like
They sell it for $450.
It's the insole.
Yeah.
Of the shoe.
The beginning of the insole.
Yeah.
Insole not even finished. And they sell it for $450. Mind you, that shit probably cost like 20 cents to make.
It's like foam, whatever.
Yeah.
Plastic.
Yo, that shit is crazy. And you know, listen, I'm gonna say this too. The saddest part about that, right, is that you not gonna have no women that have nice feet wearing these shits. You gonna have the people that got the fat fucking foot, that got the callus and the bunions and the corns and shit. They got the dry patch on the top of their foot. That they gonna wear the Balenciagas with feet like that.
Yep.
That's the thing. You spend $450 on the shoe, but you can't spend $60 to get a pedicure.
Yeah, that's true.
What are we doing?
It always like seems to be like the rich people too that have like the nastiest.
Yo, because they don't care because they rich.
Yeah, it's like
They wear dirty white shoes all the time and don't believe in getting anything, squared away. It's ridiculous. I just don't understand. Hey, look, exactly what Peter said. Because I think they meeting our let's think of the craziest thing that they can see and buy. That's it. So it's like, yo, let's think of the dumbest thing that we can possibly make them wear. Because if we can slap our logo on it and have it at a design show, oh my God, did you see those shoes with the big toe in it? Ah, I need those. It's not a shoe.
no. Yeah, like anything like high fashion, everything that's like on a runway, it's like I don't see the vision. I respect it, but I don't see it.
Here's a question for you: like when we start making like big money, if I turn into high fashion, you gonna judge me?
It has to be nice high fashion.
What if I look like Kyle Kuzma?
I feel like once a month.
I
don't know. You could go crazy.
I've seen. First off, my thing with the whole high fashion, right, is that they don't never be matching. Like they just wear patches of different shit. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's what we don't get because we can't afford.
We're not in that world. We can't afford it. That right? You know what? You're right. You are absolutely right. It's over our tax bracket and over our access codes. You 100% right. We should not be worried about that shit. I get it. I'm just curious. So that is my irrelevant news.
You gotta be kidding me. I mean, how do you watch the? I mean, they stink.
I don't even know what to say. This has been an ongoing saga, problem, issue. Met fans are upset. People are emotional. Met fans are fighting. The community is divided. You have owners getting booed, GMs, they're calling the GM the worst GM ever. Like, all of this for fucking Pete Alonso. I don't mean to poo-poo anybody's career. He's been a great Met for 6 years, right? Hasn't gotten in trouble. He has the Zion issue. He's a goof, right? I don't take Pete Alonso seriously. He's a goof. But this whole saga is exhausting. And it's exhausting because of the player. If this was Juan Soto and Juan Soto stretched out his free agency all the way to, the start of spring training, we would understand that. It would be annoying that we're waiting for this player all this time, but he has a market. So you have teams that are willing to sit there, make their other little moves, but wait for the big fish to come in.
Mhm.
Because you know what you're getting. Pete Alonso has no market. So when this whole thing started, and I used to tell people, Pete Alonso is going to find it very, very difficult to find a team that's going to give him what he wants. It was always floated around $200 million. I said, there's no fucking way Pete Alonso gets $200 million. I would be shocked if he got 120. That's what I said originally. Fast forward all this time now. I told you.
Mhm.
And the fact that he hired Scott Boras as his agent, you knew what it was when he did it. Scott Boras doesn't allow any of his clients to take less than his market value. Whatever made up fucking inflated numbers that Scott Boras has in that fucking book that he carries around.
Mhm.
So my thing was, the Mets need to hold their ground. They need to walk away from Pete because he's priced himself out of their price range. All they said was, okay, this is our number. Go ahead and go hit free agency, see what you can get. Come back to us and we'll have a discussion. No offers ever materialized, but yet here we are, Silent Assassin, and he's still not back.
Mhm.
So you had Met fans at Amazing Day, boo Stearns, and, you know, Steve Scoen had to go tell people about what it was. He didn't like the structure. He didn't like the alignment of the contract. And now we have reports that allegedly reports are saying that that Pete Alonso wants to return. He's telling Boras, make it happen. However, on a Thursday night, still no deal.
Mhm.
So you are a big time Mets fan. What would be holding up the negotiations at this point? All of this stuff has leaked. Boras has said, oh, well, you got me.
I think it's from what's come out. I allegedly saw that either 2 days before or after that they had a deal potentially with Toronto, but then they wanted to wait until after Amazing's Day, or it was after the 2 days after. I'm not sure which it was. And obviously the whole situation happened with Steve Scoen, and then Pete from there is like, really, like, I don't want to get that deal with Toronto. I want to stay. I think it's at this point really, I told you also too that it's really, from my eyes, Scott Boras's issue with trying to obviously do his job, is be the agent and get top dollar. That's what he is in the MLB. So I think Pete should leave Scott Boras. I've seen that also too, like floating around, that after this whole situation, how it's gone down, that he potentially will fire him. But also too, apparently now Pete's kind of shut off the doors to other agents trying to help him out. I know, like, apparently other agents have reached out to try and get a deal done with him. So I know from day one Pete's wanted to come back, but he wanted his amount of money, whatever it was. Clearly he is not going to get it. Hasn't gotten anything close. I did see that Andy Martino said that with the deal on the table from Toronto, it wasn't even close to what the Mets offered anyway.
No,
so the
because
Mets
it would be
one.
deferred.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from the start, the Mets have been more than generous, offering again more multiple offers, and again, still the top offer, still on the table, even though it was rejected by him. So
Fucking delusional.
Yeah.
They're offering the man more money than Matt Olson. I keep saying it every show.
Mhm.
He's not better than Matt Olson.
No.
And this was Matt Olson's down year.
And it was still
And
good.
he still had a higher OPS than Pete did.
Yeah. Everything was higher, I believe.
Not everything.
Was
Home
it?
runs, he had 29 to Pete's 34.
34.
He had more RBIs than
More
Pete.
RBIs. I think
Higher average,
doubles? Yeah, I think he almost
higher,
had
more
40,
doubles,
almost 40.
and higher OPS.
Yeah. So
And that's his bad season.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming off the 53 home runs that he hit last year.
Mhm.
So this is what I'm saying. Is like, if that guy is being paid $22 million a year and he's left-handed, which means he's way more valuable at the first base position.
And even signed at a younger age.
Yeah.
From when he did sign that contract, so. Yeah, so.
You talk about fumbling the bag.
Mhm.
Now you got to tuck tail and come back home.
Yeah.
I listen, I'm okay with it. I understood that the Mets wanted him, but they wanted him at their price.
Mm-hmm.
This was not going to be one of those situations where the GM gets sucked into a negotiation because the fans are putting pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's overpay because the fans want him. Let's overpay because Steve Cohen has all of this money. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter how much fucking money Steve Cohen has. You don't have to keep putting bad money into players because at some point it's going to catch up to you.
Yeah.
Look what the fuck happened with Scherzer, the Ops, and Verlander.
Yeah.
We still paying them.
Yeah. You were just talking about like how 2 years ago or 2-3 years ago we gave them huge money and now they're making combined, like $30 million.
They making money on top of the money.
Yeah.
We don't want to keep doing that because guess what? That affects your payroll.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go ahead and go add more pieces. You still paying $20 million to these dudes over here.
Because it's obviously I think the Cano stuff dropped this year, last year, whatever it was. The Scherzer, the Verlander, other money came off. That obviously gave them the flexibility to get Soto. If that wasn't the case, I'm sure they wouldn't even have made a close of enough offer to what they did to him because of no matter how much money Steve has, you have to be responsible with it. So it's a business at the end of the day. You can't make it a non-profitable business. So.
Right.
But I'm still interested to see when and how much Pete is gonna, sign for. Like I think I told you the other day, it's like I'm just waiting for the end. Like whatever news comes out in between, I'm not really listening that much because I just want to have it be over, whether it's with us or with somebody else. So
yeah, I listen. I side with you. I see Pete said something here about Boris, which I think he's very spot on. Said Boris probably made promises to Pete and is just trying to save face instead of doing what his client wants or what's in the best interest of his client. Absolutely. I think that's 100% right. Boris has a reputation to withhold up there. And, he's putting on for other potential clients as well. Like, hey, listen, this guy wasn't the biggest guy, but I still ended up getting him way over market value. So, you can sign with me and I can be able to do the same thing with you. That's why Boris Corp is still doing their bullshit. And David Stearns is like, nigga, that ain't gonna work with me. Mm-hmm. I keep telling people, Pete is a polar bear, David Stearns is a shark. Mm-hmm. He don't fuck around. There's no emotion in this negotiation for him. Mm-hmm. It is for Cohen. Cohen's a big time fan. So is Stearns. But Stearns is like, bruh, I got your file right here.
Yeah.
I got everything on you in regards to what your true value is, what the market value is, and what your value is to this division. You're not even the best first baseman in the division.
You're number 3.
You're number 3. And you want Vladdy money? Mm-hmm. You're crazy.
I think even annually Bryce is making like 25.
20, like 26, $27 million, something like that.
Not even.
Yeah.
So you're 2-time MVP. He would have.
And he's a converted first baseman.
Yeah.
Bruh. No. Like, at some point, go to Boris and say, bro, whatever deal they have we are taking this.
Mhm.
I never wanted to leave. However, I got bad intel. I thought that was gonna get more money. I should have took the deal that was on the table because I would have had my years and been secure right now.
Yeah.
6 years, 158. He'd been fine.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, 7 years, 150, whatever the hell it was. He would have been fine.
Mhm.
Mets would have been happy. He would have been happy. And they would have been able to trade his ass down the road if they wanted to. Oh, Toronto want him? Okay, take it. We'll take Vlad.
Yep.
Take Beatty as well. And take McNeil. China. Send him off.
For free.
Yeah. Like, come on now. Come home, bro. Stop the bullshit. Like, this team is better with him on the team. I would admit that. But this team would also be fine without him there.
Yeah.
Even if it was a half a year and then you go get a big bat at the deadline, which you possibly know that there was going to be a big bat at the deadline. Always is.
Yeah.
This team would have been fine. But I'm not going to never hate on somebody to try to get their money. But once you realize that there's no market, you need to start to really pivot quickly. This is not quick.
No.
We are like less than 2 weeks away from pitchers and catchers.
Yeah, it's early February, 2 days, so.
So, get it done. Come back home. Every Met fan is going to be happy. The Pete Alonso stands with their, Pete, polar bear, please, come back. The only people I feel bad for are the kids. The kids that love Pete Alonso. Oh, we love the polar bear. He's so fun. But grown-ass men crying about him? What's wrong with y'all?
Mm-hmm.
We the Mets. We've seen shit. Mike Piazza left and went to San Diego. We had Doc leave. We had Straw leave. We had all these people leave. Doc Strawberry is the greatest Met to me outside of David Wright and Seaver.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Those three. Where's Pete Alonso falling at? He's not even 15th on my list. But yet people are crying over Pete. All because he hit the home run against Devin Williams. Had he not hit that home run, every single Mets fan was like, get him out of here.
Yeah,
Let's move on.
Even like in that tour, like in that series and in the end of the season, two people are like, I don't want
Yeah.
so.
People are like, oh, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
They looked at his numbers. They looked in between his advanced stats, and they said that his numbers over the last 2.5 years have shown a decline in aggressiveness at the plate. Like he's not swinging at enough pitches anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But when he does swing, he swings at bad pitches. And he's not locating fastballs. He's not hunting fastballs the way he should be, which is an indication of being nervous, which you don't want. Because if your big slugger is nervous, that's not a good sign. Or it's the first sign of decline, that he's actually not seeing the ball properly. And if he's not seeing the ball properly at 30, what do you think is going to happen at 32?
Yeah.
34. David Stearns is going to end up being right. That doesn't mean that they don't want Pete back. It's just the fact that they know that he has a very, very finite window left. If he can get to 10 years as a Met, great. If he can break the home run record next year, fantastic. That will stay forever. He will always be there. But to have this guy on your team at 34, 35, 36, it's not happening. We need to start looking at the bigger picture. Our young guys, big free agents, international scouting, all of these things are going to make the Mets a sustainable winner going forward. And although I love Pete for the interim, I don't love Pete 4 years down the line. I just don't. And that's always been the case. So come home, enjoy these 3 years, hit 50 home runs behind Juan Soto. Hell, go back into the market next year if you want to and test it again. But we'll be right back here again. And we got this 22 for you. That's it. Go ahead and go see what you can get. But just know, don't overplay your hand. And don't do this bullshit no more. Because when we tell you that there's no market, we didn't lie. David Stearns didn't lie. He wasn't trying to lowball you. I don't know who put the battery in your back to say they tried to disrespect you. Mm-hmm. They didn't.
Yeah, so they gave him the best offer.
They gave him the best offer. Look what Santander got. Man got like 80% of his contract deferred. Yeah. He making $6 next year. Yeah. All because the Toronto Blue Jays are broke. They broke right now. Mm-hmm. They right above. They right on the tax. They don't want to pay no more money. So even if they had a contract in place for Pete, he wasn't going there, and they didn't want him. Mm-hmm. You see what they did? They signed Scherzer for $15 million. Yeah. Pete wasn't taking that. No. So take your ass back to the Mets, man, and cut the bullshit. Enough. I'm tired of arguing with people in the forums. I'm in the forums every day arguing. I love arguing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a chair thrower. I am. Yeah. So Pete, do the right thing. Take the 3 years, $78 million. That's a good offer, man. You're not gonna get any better than that. Now it's time for the greatest segment on the planet, Dummy of the Week.
Dummy. Yeah.
Every week I go around the room and I ask who is the Dummy of the Week. Well, there's no Jimmy, but there is a silent assassin. Who you got?
I'm going with whoever or whatever has been creating my Twitter/X algorithm for the past few months. I only use it to look up some sports news and world news, right? But for the past few months, it's a different profile. What do you call profiles on X? What do you call it? Handles? I don't know.
Right, I guess.
Yeah, profiles. Yeah. Of literally like security footage or whatever of people like getting into these accidents and like dying, like right there, either getting shot or getting caught in a machine, hit by a car. I'm like, where is this? Like literally people dying. I'm like, there's nothing I'm searching that's bringing this.
What kind of snuff films you into, man? What's going on here?
Like it's not being like I don't like to watch it. I'm like I need to get this off of my timeline, right? And literally like 2 or 3 weeks ago, it was gone. I was like, thank God. Like I don't want to see this anymore. Like I don't even want to open up Twitter because I don't want to see somebody dying. Like
right.
Like literally. So and then today, I'm back on and it's back. And I have no idea. It's a different profile. I have no like I'm not following anybody that's even could bring this up on my timeline. So I have no idea what it is.
You know the conversation that we just had about watching certain things and possibly might not be a sociopath. Mm-hmm. I don't know, Silent Assassin. This sounds sketchy. This sounds very sketchy. I don't know.
I don't like it. Scares me. I don't want to see someone get their head chopped off. It's all like real like stuff.
Maybe you should uninstall it and see what happens.
I could. Because also too, I was talking to Jimmy last week about how now Elon's all over my timeline too, and I don't even follow him, and all like the political stuff's coming in. It's like I don't follow Elon. How is this?
What? What's going on here? Right winger? Snuff films? Come on, man. Listen, X, fix my homie stuff because I'm starting to look at her sideways now. Nah, but that's crazy. I've never seen no shit like that. Listen, X is a dark place. Yeah, it's a dark place. So I hope that you're able to fix that, man. That sounds like bad news.
It's not. Yeah. I saw this woman. The people didn't die in this one, but it was. They were in like a gas station, 7-Eleven. This woman has an axe, and there's 2 dudes, and she's just like standing there, right? And they're like, one dude's talking to her, and then she starts swinging and like hit the guy in the face, the other person in the leg, but they were like they still survived. I guess it wasn't like a really sharp axe,
right?
And she just runs out and stuff. I'm like, were even like people collecting these security camera like events?
You're not alone.
Uh-oh.
You're not alone. Pete says, I'm getting the same stuff. It's all Trump ads and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Take
listen,
over.
X right now, it's over. X been done. It's done. So it's you might as well like convert over to Blue Sky or something else because X is finished. It's finished. Yeah, or you might as well just do what everybody else does and just search porn. Just like what Rich said, just search the hub. Search the hub. Oh my goodness. It's that's scary. That's scary and uncomfortable. It really is. So Elon Musk and X, they get the
Dummy. Yeah.
now. That was good. I have my own. Do I have a drum roll here? Let's see if I can use it. May I have the drum roll, please? Hey! And the winner for Dummy of the Week, Liam Cohen. Liam Cohen gets my
Dummy. Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. I don't know who this guy is, but
Jacksonville, the community, Duval.
That's not. What is wrong with this dude? Like, first off, he ghosts his team to go be the head coach because he wanted to be a head coach. Cool. You sign with Jacksonville, who's the worst franchise you can sign with. And then you are then the most awkward person in the building. And that's talking about Shad Khan and his idiot son, Tony Khan. You're the most awkward person in the building. He looks like the pedophile substitute teacher. That's what he looks like. He looks like the guy that's like, do you have kids here? Are you waiting for your kid? No, I'm not waiting for no kid. I'm just here. This is a playground. Yeah, I'm just here. Get the hell out of here. He looks creepy. Doesn't look. If I'm a player, I am truly concerned about the future of my franchise if this is your guy. If this is the guy that you like ran down to hire. There was John Gruden's out there. You had Pete Carroll. Yeah, you had Bill Belichick. This is the guy. First off, you had your GM there, Balky, for mad long, the dumbest GM in the league. You kept him over the time where people said that you shouldn't have kept him. Then you fired him. Then you had some other guy come in. Then you had this guy. It's just been a goddamn disaster. So, Liam Cohen, I hope that you're successful. But I can tell you this. BoJack Horseman is your quarterback. Good luck. Shad Khan is your owner. Good luck. His idiot son is going to be around the building as well doing his AEW stuff. Good luck. This is not the place that you want to be. I know you might want a head coaching job, but this ain't it, fam. And if you're going to be a head coach, at least try your best to look the part and not look like the incel creep that lives down the street. That is my
Dummy. Yeah.
That's all for this show, Silent Assassin. Listen, once we got the whole Echo thing situated, it was fine. Yep. You know what it is? I have to remember to pod these things down. I'm just not used to it. You know what I mean? But I'm glad. Thank you, everybody that was in the comments that was able to let me know what the hell was going on. Hey, there's an echo here, dummy. Fix it. I get it. That's all I'm saying. It's like, remember when we first started recording? It was a goddamn disaster.
Yeah.
I remember when we sat here and shouts to Rich, he did the whole episode and it was so good. We were laughing, we were having a good time. And the damn thing didn't record because I didn't press the button. So it takes me a while to get a little bit savvy with what I'm doing. But once I dive into it, It'll be fine. Thank you for showing up, Silent Session. I appreciate you.
Yep.
Any last words?
Hopefully next week we'll know where Pete Alonso.
Yes. Home.
Yeah.
And happy.
Yep.
That's what I care about. Just be home and just be happy. You know, don't come with your bullshit. Don't talk about what, you know, well, Soto you ain't Soto. Okay? You're not Lindor. You're not none of these guys. So don't try to compare. Maybe you must have been playing the show and thought you would get 250. That doesn't happen in real life. Okay? Ask Brick Johnson. None of that stuff in Madden is real. It's not. That's all I'm saying. PSA. Here's my PSA. If you're going to meet somebody or even be friends with them, right? Don't trust them all the way. You got to see it through sometimes, because even though you might be kind to someone and you think that they're a good person, they will end up putting your name on a child birth certificate and have you pay financial child support for a child that's not yours. Have you ever heard no shit like this? This man went to jail or is in court for a child that he is not his. DNA has proved it. But they got him owing over $30,000 in child support. That's not my kid. How can you just have this and not throw it out? DNA proved it, not my kid. How am I still valuable to play this shit? I don't understand that. This system is crazy. Can't trust people. He probably did like, look, I'll help you with your groceries. Hey, here's my number. You know, take it down if you need any help. Yeah. You know, if you need a ride somewhere, you can always call me. And then she ends up putting this man's name on the... that's nasty work.
Yeah, that's wild.
That didn't happen, but I'm just saying, if that's a situation, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That would make me, you know, think about my true crime scenarios and try to get out of it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I would watch true crime for. I was like, listen, this person got me on this devil. It's nuts. You gotta know, that's all I'm saying. Just be careful out there. You young people that are dating, I feel bad for you guys. I do. It's a lot of weird shit out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you meet somebody and say, hey, what's your name? Bill? Bill, what do you do? Oh, you're into video stuff too? Great. Let's go on a date. Let's go ahead and have fun. And then Bill tells you that his name was Bethany. Why did you just tell me when I first met you? It's just like, that's the world that we live in now. I saw a video that this lady was like, she's mad because she's a trans and you can't, now she's identified as a male because like, it's back to two sexes. So Trump put male on her driver's license or her passport. So she's mad.
Yeah.
But
she's visually
she's a woman. Yes.
That just brings more confusion. I feel like I don't know. Like I don't have a problem with that life.
I don't either.
Yeah, but it's just like if I ever were to be, like you said, like on a date with somebody and they whatever at some point told me like, hey, this is my situation.
Yeah, just let me know.
Yeah.
Just
like,
let me know.
Don't like lie about it.
Yeah.
Leave it hanging for X amount of time. It's like, let me know. I'm like, okay.
Don't cry and game me. That's all I'm saying. Listen, that's all for this show. We'll be back. I don't know when next week, but we're gonna go live. We can just pop up somewhere. Okay, it could be on a Monday night, Tuesday night. Who knows? You'll get the notification and make sure you in here. Make sure you tap into the All Even Podcast. We're gonna have a good time. We always do. Stay safe. Stay cool. Peace. I'm back with the Jets. Back with the Jets. I love it. Pete needs to come back. I don't care who tells me different, but he needs to take this $20 million. All right, take the $20 million. Then we can be able to do more stuff. All right, do more stuff with $20 million. We can be able to go get Vladdy. We can go get old ass Mike Trout. Bring him in here. Bring in all the guys. All right, but Pete gotta take the sacrifice. That's it. Fall on the sword. Be a good Met. Don't try to kill Uncle Stevie's pocket. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.